Lauren, thank you. Let's take a check now on some of our northern counties. Pasco County right now, people are having a very hard time finding gas.
That's right. Let's head out to ABC Action News reporter Matthew Smith. Matthew, I know the lines are very long. People really need to fill up right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We heard it time and time again just a little bit ago on that presser with the Pasco County Emergency Operations folks. They were saying the time is ready. You have to be getting out as quickly as possible. You can see a lot of people heeding that warning. I want to show you, we are getting to the point where we are seeing limited supplies available. Over here, one of the 2 gas pumps that is open, there's a sign that says that they're not taking any credit cards. So this is one more reminder. You want to have cash in this situation. You can see this pump over here where they're gassing up this car. There's actually a sign over there right now that says they only have regular gas. But my photographer Danny Stricker is actually going to walk back here with me to show you guys the line that we're dealing with right now. There are so many people lined up getting ready. Just to give you an idea where we are in Newport Richey on Ridge Road. This is just east of Little Road. People here have been waiting for gas for quite a while. I'm actually making my way back here to this Honda minivan. There's a gentleman inside of it. His name is Jeff Hitchcock. He's actually a former volunteer. Once upon a time, he was volunteering in Pasco County to help people out with the American Red Cross. So he's kind of up to date with what it takes to be prepared and what to be ready. Jeff, first thing I got to ask you, I mean, you see this line like this, surprising or no?
Yes, it's surprising, but it's been for a couple of days it has been like this, pretty much frequently.
You all in Pasco County, you guys have seen rough stuff before, but it seems like people are looking at this a little bit differently this time around.
Because it's the largest noted hurricane that's ever hit the state of Florida with 185 miles an hour at the beginning, you know, near the Keys.
Are you concerned at all? I mean, I know you talked a little bit about the evacuation areas. How are you feeling right now personally?
Nervous and worried a little bit. I hope it's just going to break up and maybe take a left turn curve.
Gotcha. Only other question I ask, I mean, I saw you guys pull up a little while ago. I mean, how long do you think you got to wait for gas today?
I said 18 minutes. We've been here 20 and there's 2 cars ahead of us, so
Gotcha.
That was pretty close.
All right, good luck, and hope that you get gas when you get on up there. I do want to point out to you all that are at home right now, when you're talking about Pasco County, it's a very different type of evacuation zone. The old idea, the old map was a little bit confusing for some folks. So right now what I can tell you is A, B, and C, those zones are entirely out. Evacuation. You're supposed to be getting out of there. That's mandatory evacuation. Part of Zone D is as well. So I'm going to try to clarify this for you guys. I want to pull up a map on the screen for you guys. We're going to kind of walk you through this because this is actually really hard. And when you get to the point where there's confusion about what is the evacuation zone and what isn't, we want to show you. So basically, you're going to follow along on your screen here. Little Road runs north to State Road 52, east to Hicks Road, north to Kitten, east to Dennis, and then north to Thomas Road. One more time there, that's Little Road running north to State Road 52, east to Hicks Road, north to Kitten, east to Dennis, and north to Thomas. And I know that's a little confusing, so I've actually already posted that on Twitter to make sure that you guys are ready and looking at this because it is a portion of D, but all of A, B, and C are now evacuating. And this is important because when things get bad, they're going to get bad in a hurry. We actually were just listening in to the Emergency Operations Center. They were telling us how bad things are going to be. Once they start seeing hurricane force winds, or excuse me, tropical storm force winds 40 miles and above, they're going to have to pull all their emergency crews out. Listen in on how serious it was from the folks who were at the podium earlier today.
If you're having a heart attack, you will not be saved. You have a stroke, you will not be saved. If you're one of those individuals that are in fear for that, go to a shelter where we have fire rescue staff standing by. Please heed our warnings.
That was heartfelt as it comes, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you, I did ask personally about the staff that are there. What are they doing? How are they feeling? How is their spirit right now? And these are humans too. We're all in this together right now. They are telling me that they are actually asking their wives, their husbands, their significant others, and family members to get to shelters as well. A lot of the people that you just saw that were standing next to Keith there when they're delivering that message, their families are already in shelters. So do as they say and do as they do. They're getting people to higher ground. They're getting people to safer ground. We're going to to actually be heading to one of those shelters a little bit later today, but I still want to show you this line. These are the people who are getting last-minute supplies right here. This is the important story. People are trying to take those warnings, and they're trying to batten down the hatches any way that they can. I do want to know, if you guys are heading to a shelter, you aren't going to need gas right away. So if you're heading to a shelter, there is no need to come out here and try to gas up last minute because you will be taken care of. But it is important that you do bring some essentials with you, including things like flashlights, because despite the fact of what is going on around them, not all these places are going to be energized completely. So it is a good idea to stock up on batteries and flashlights, because when this thing hits, it could be hit bad. And we know in Pasco County, at one point in time, they were talking about a few inches. During that hearing earlier today, that presser earlier today, they were explaining to me that they could get as much as 20 inches. That's what their latest numbers are showing them, which means they are going to be getting ready to evacuate a whole lot of people. And the problem with all of this is that while we talked about how they're not going to be able to get to you once this thing hits, if they go over the eye of this thing, the back wall is going to hit them hard, and that means there will seem like everything's okay, and then it's going to start back up again. And when you get to that point, remember, that doesn't mean that it's all over and they can jump right back into it. We're going to have down power lines. We're going to have situations where utility workers have to get out there and make sure that the first responders can get to you safely. So this is a long wait. This is our opportunity to speak directly to you guys. If you know somebody that might have a medical need, you need to take care of them now. Get them to those shelters. We have them all listed right now at ABC Action News right now. We're going to leave you just one more time with this. I want to let you know, we've been waiting out here. We said a little bit ago it was 20 minutes that they had already been waiting. We've been talking for quite a while. I apologize. I do get a little lengthy here, but notice there's still two back. So Kevin and his family are going to be getting their gas in just a little bit. I'm told they're in a safe area. They're in one of those partially evacuated zones. So they're actually going to handle this thing. They're going to try to wait it out. But we are urging a lot of people, because Pasco County is now looking at getting hit pretty hard potentially, that you do hit those shelters immediately. I'm told they're opening 7 more later this afternoon. Several of them have already reached capacity. We're going to stay on top of that. We're going to try to keep you guys safe from out here. Right now we're live in Newport Richey. Matthew Smith, ABC Action News.